What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. It's me, Karwana D, your government contract strategist. Excited to be here. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to land your first government contract in 90 days or less. And it's very, very possible. So if you are joining for the first time, say what's up. Let me know where you're joining from. I see you, Yolanda Jackson. I'm excited to share with you. And this is Sir. He's my co-host for today. And we're just on fire. Like, so I hope you guys are on fire, ready. For those of you who probably don't know who I am, I'm a government contract strategist. I help women and minorities, small business owners build profitable businesses faster by learning how to grow their business with government contracts, basically by landing the government as their client, and it's a premium client. So if you're excited about that, if you are on your government contracts journey and you want to know, make sure that you tune in and take notes, and most of all, take action. All right, so cool. All right, so here we go. So the first I want to acknowledge some of my clients who actually enrolled in the program. They learned the strategies. Some of the steps that I'm actually going to share with you today took massive action, and actually got amazing results in 90 days or less. So those people are like Remy, Kim, Eileen, Sharita, and there's a lot more, right? So there's a lot of others. Sharonda Bowman, I see you. Shantia, MLS, yeah, all of you guys that landed your first government contract in record time. This is basically some of the things that they were able to do. But before I dive into it, I also want to tell you this, and I want you to really tune in and focus on the words that I'm actually going to empower you with, okay? So the first thing, before we even jump into how and the strategy and what you need to do to actually be on your journey and your pathway to landing a contract faster, I want to say that, trust me, I'm a small business owner. I'm still a small business owner, right? And according to the SBA standards, a small business is any business that has under 500 employees. So a lot of people fall into that category, and generally typically make under $30 million a year. And most small business owners are like really micro, tiny business owners when it comes to like that particular type of a standard. But one thing, what I will say is, at one point before I was actually a business owner, entrepreneur, CEO, and all those other things that I evolved to becoming, I was an employee, which means I work for someone else. And I help them build their dreams. One of my favorite quotes by Tony Gaskin is, if you don't build your dreams, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. That quote actually is like, it spoke volumes to me, which is the reason why I actually stepped out on faith in the first place, to begin to build my dreams and the things that I wanted to do, using business as a vehicle to help me get there. And so as an employee, when you first start your business, sometimes we bring over the employee mindset, and people talk about mindset all the time. And you probably think, I don't care about mindset, I just want to get this money type of thing. But mindset is one of the most important things that you have to really pay attention to and be intentional about it, because you cannot go into business expecting to grow and build profitable businesses and generate millions of dollars, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you have the mindset and you're thinking like an employee. Which means, for one of the biggest hurdles that I see small business owners actually sabotage themselves is thinking that you can grow a multi-million-dollar business for free, and you can't. There's some type of currency or transaction or something that has to take place. You cannot build a business for free, and you cannot build a business, a multi six-figure or multiple $1-million business for free. It's going to cost overhead. It's going to cost some tax preparation, documentation. Like, there's things that has to be in place in order for you to get there, right? But here's the things: most small business owners don't understand the value of actually spending money to make money. And you have money is a currency, which means it has to flow. So you have to actually release the money in order to receive the money. And that's just not a spiritual thing, but that is a real thing. But when I was actually an employee, trying to start a business, I didn't understand that. I just thought if I can do it myself and I can do it, figure it out on my own and don't have to pay anyone to show me how to do it, or don't have to pay anyone to do it for me or whatever, I take the long route, then that means I'm going to be highly profitable. But guess what? That particular thinking, that process of thinking kept me broke for the first few years in my business. And that's 100% guaranteed. It kept me broke. There's some things that I should have done a long time ago, that I did not even understand the power of actually making those investments into my business so I can grow it faster, get paid faster, have a higher profitable margin and be able to create jobs. And so once we get that whole thing, that just throw free out the window. We're just going to throw free out the window. Just know that you're going to have to make some investments, whether that is time or monetary. There has to be some sacrifice and some investments put into your business so that you can take it to where you want it to go. Okay, so here we go with the how to land a contract within your first 90 days. You want to know how you can land a contract faster? Let me know in the chat. Say how. Type how in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you want to know exactly what you can do to start landing those government contracts faster. And this is a proven strategy. Like what I'm going to share with you today, this is a proven strategy, whether it's the first 90 days or less, or first 3 to 6 months or less, or whatever. But this strategy right here is the exact strategy that my clients who have had those type of results in their business, this is what they've done in order to get those type of rapid results, right? And those type of results are not typical. I want to say that you have to already be in the right mindset, first of all, because energy is everything. And energy attracts what you're going to get. Energy is completely related and a tie to the outcome of what you're going to get, which means that if you have a scarcity mindset and everything about your energy says do a little to get a lot, right? Or whatever, everything about your mind is like scarcity, then guess what? The results that you're going to receive in your business is going to be scarce. And that is just the way that it works. It's the way that the laws that govern the universe is really the way that it works. And so number one, the first thing is business, right? So there's the simple three-step strategy, and I want you guys to write this down. So prepared, pack and ship. I see you. Hi, doctor and lawyer. How to set up a technical proposal. Everything will pay to learn this. Hi, doctor and lawyer. Neek says hi. Diana says how. Rigdora says how. Vanessa, hello, getting stuff in order. Short business filing paperwork. Once that comes back, I'll contact you. Okay, continue to listen. So how? All right, cool. So how? So 3-step system. So everything over the past few years, right? Everything that I've mastered, I've been able to narrow it down and put it into a 3-step system that help my clients get learning faster. So it took me some years to learn and master the things that I know. It's not going to take you years to master the thing. If you follow the steps and the strategies and working with me inside my program, you'll learn how to get these things faster. You'll have bigger and better results. In fact, some of my clients, their results have been way more tremendous than mine, because my first contract was $70,000 for 28 days of work. Gloria's first contract was $250,000, for less than that, like for a week of services or something similar to that. And so, yeah, so the results are going to vary. And I'm just excited to be able to empower some people who really, 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 really want, because some people want change, some people don't. And the reason why I say these things is that some people say, oh, I really want to grow a business. And you tell them, okay, well, you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, well, let me see if what I'm doing is going to work. Well, if it haven't worked in the past 10, 20 years that you've been doing it, what's going to change to make it work? Right? It does not make any sense, right? So it's like sometimes we self-sabotage and not even realize that we're self-sabotaging, backing out of opportunities that can actually take you to the exact thing. So we give you a blueprint and a strategy to help you achieve the exact thing that you say you want. But then you make an excuse of why you can't do it right now, or why you can't do it, or to see if something else is going to work instead. Like, it does not make sense. And so it's really game over for people who make excuses. So it's either you have to make a decision. I want to grow my business. Okay. take action. This is what we're doing. We're talking about profitable businesses, and we can show you how to make profits in your business this year. Okay. So number one, business, that first step, business foundation is going to be key. Okay. So, and I want to say I'm having a 5-day challenge that's coming up. I'll share more a little bit later of where I actually walk you through specifically over a 5-day period these particular steps and beyond, so that you can actually be qualified to start selling to the government within that 5-day period, right? Some people, it take them years to figure this stuff out. I can show you exactly how to get qualified to sell to the government in this 5-day amazing, powerful 5-day challenge. And so the first thing is business foundation, and the business foundation is very, very, very key, right? So most people think that you just have to have a business license or just have a service, build it and the people will come. But no, it does not work like that. So in business, the first thing is like, you really like doing government contracting and trying to position yourself to qualify for government contracts. It forces you to actually get your ducks in order. And some people actually will complain about having to get their ducks in order. But guess what? By not having your ducks in order, you're missing out on the opportunity to land the government as a premium client. When we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars per contract, if not more, right? And so how do you complain about that, but yet you want to grow a business, right? So it's just like, so getting your ducks in order, which means that, yeah, there's paperwork. Yes, you have to have a business license. Yes, you have to have an operations agreement. Yes, you have to do your bylaws. Yeah, you have to figure out if you're going to use your business taxes or personal taxes, or whether or not you have a business tax or personal tax. You have to figure out if you're going to use a virtual office or your home address, all of those things, right? But let's not cry over pulling those things together. Let's just get them together and do what you have to do. Because if you want the outcome and the result bad enough, it does not matter if you have to go back and call the IRS and ask for a copy of your EIN letter, right? Because it's required for you to get this type of money, right? So do you want it or not? Let me know in the chat. Do you want it or not? Yes or yes. And so, yeah, so business foundation is definitely going to be key. You have to have a profitable, you have to have the right type of foundation. Of course, foundation is everything. You cannot build a house on sinking sand. I see you, Carla says, yes, I want it. You cannot build a house on sinking sand. You cannot build a house without a foundation, or guess what? That house is going to fall, and it will fall on top of you, right? If you're in it. Okay, so Yvonne, I see you. Yes, Dr. Lawyer, I see you. Yes, Jason, I see you. Yes. All right, cool. So I see all these yeses coming in. Throw some of them up on the screen. But you cannot build a house on sinking sand. The same concept. Now, these are principles. The same principles that governs what you can and cannot do in nature governs what you can and cannot do in business. If you try to build a business without all of these fundamental things, it will fail. Yes, you may be able to make a little bit of money here and there. It's a hustle, but for the long-term sustainable and having the ability to take your business and grow it to the next level, it will fail. Because guess what? Otherwise, you have to go back and redo all the things that you never did in the first place. So start, with the end in mind. Start it the right way. And even if you started a business and did not know that you had to have all those things, because that was me some years ago. Now that you know, it's your responsibility to go back and retrofit or retrofit your foundation so that those things are in place, so that your business does not fail. Because guess what? In order for your business to grow and be attractive and attract funding opportunities and attract venture capitalists and attract people who would want to buy your business maybe down the line, you have to have these things in place. Okay. And that same foundation allows you to actually be able to sell to the government, because it's all about building capacity. And here's the thing about the business foundation. When you have the right business foundation in place, then it allows you to not, it doesn't cost for you to be able to stretch yourself so thin, right? So if you are in business and you're in business alone and you feel stretched and overworked and underpaid and all those things, it feels like you just got yourself a job where you're not really getting paid, right? Does it feel like that? Trust me, I know, I have been there. But when you build your business the right way, which these are all the things that we show you inside our program. We show you inside the challenge how to build your business the right way. Then guess what? It allows you to be able to make money sometimes while you sleep, make money also while other people are doing the work. So you have that capacity in place and you're not stretched. Because if it's just you doing everything, then guess what? You're limited to what you can do. Then you limit your income, you limit your bank account, your ability to grow when it's you. But government contracts put you in a position, yes, you can start by yourself, but it puts you in a position to be able to stretch and grow and put systems in place to where now you can begin to strategically build partnerships and strategically hire people to do some of that work and take some of the load off you. And you could be somewhere on vacation while your business is still making money. All right. Amen or amen. So that's the first thing. Business foundation is key. All right. The second thing is certifications. Now, certifications. And I want to say one thing about the certification. So this is the second step in the strategy. So you can do business with the government with or without certifications. I do want to say that. Okay. I want to make that clear. So can you do business with the government if you're not woman-owned certified? Yes, you absolutely can. However, having certifications of the socioeconomic disadvantages allows you to get what? Your golden ticket to the front of the line. So basically, it's just like going to an amusement park where you get the fast pass and you don't have to stand in line, like you get to skip to the front. That's the same concept for government contracts and certifications, right? So when you have these, thank you, Star. When you have these socioeconomic disadvantages of being, Black and brown, Hispanic, Latino, African American, Asian, like all of those minority groups, then guess what? They have a pool of money that only minority groups can go after, which means that the government buys everything and they're buying it from small businesses and they're buying it at like this minimum 6-figure bulks. Let's say it like that, right? They're buying it in bulk and they're spending a whole lot of money on it. And certain pools that only women can spend, they're only women can participate in this pool of money, right? Can get these contracts. And so socioeconomic status is like being a woman in business, or being an LGBT owned business, or being a service disabled veteran owned business, or a Native American owned business owner. All those things is your golden ticket. So you must have your certifications, which means that can you do business and be Black or be brown or be a woman and all those things? And they know that you're a woman. Yeah, they know. But guess what? It's just like signing up for the Oscars or signing up for a Grammy. You have to submit. This is how the Grammy really works. Because I used to be a part of like the NARAS, which is a Grammy Award voting chapter. The artists actually have to submit themselves to receive a Grammy Award. You just don't get picked for a Grammy Award, right? So it's the same thing for certifications. Well, you have to submit yourself as a certified woman-owned business and submit yourself as a minority disadvantaged owned business or whatever. So it's an official application process. So Desiree says golden ticket. Yeah, so hey Desiree. So yeah, when you have your golden ticket, you have access to even more opportunities. So now you can participate in the large, like $1 million, $1 billion contracting opportunities if you have the capacity to fulfill on those type of services, but you also have the ability to participate and be utilized on other projects that's specifically designed for those socioeconomic disadvantaged groups. Okay. And the other thing is, so when it comes to simplified acquisition, and these are some of the things of course I cover inside the challenge, and like micro purchases, those types of contracts are only for those certified firms. So you have to have those certifications. So that's the second step, right? Get your business in order and then let them know who you are, right? Because that's all certifications is letting them know you exist, who you are, and what your economic disadvantages are, and why they should actually give you that contract. Because I'm a woman in business and I have been disadvantaged, because I'm an African American and I've been marginalized from opportunities, right? So you have to let them know who you are. The third step to the whole process is Oh, you went to sleep. Proposals, right? So submitting on opportunities. So bidding on proposal opportunities, right? So once you've cleared, here's the great thing about this three-step methodology, is once you've cleared the first two, right? All you're doing is repeating part three. And the repetitiveness about that is you get to submit proposals. So there's opportunities, millions, hundreds of thousands, and millions of opportunities that are being published across city level agencies, state level agencies, and federal level agencies every single day, every second, every moment. Opportunities galore, right? So the only thing that you have to do is show up, look at the opportunity, and respond. So submitting your response is basically writing a proposal. So you're not writing a proposal and submitting that proposal for hoping to get an opportunity. It's not a grant. Like, you're not writing a grant and creating a whole program around it. All they're already saying, here's what we're buying. Here's what we're looking for. Please come get this money. And all you're saying is, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. Yeah, I can do that service. And here's what I'll charge for it, right? And so submitting proposals is the third step. And that's the most effective thing that you can do is to consistently be looking for opportunities. So for my clients that are getting rapid results really fast, they're coming in and they're hitting the ground running through those three steps, right? They have their business documentation in order, right? And they're doing it like within a week. So if you're the type of person that will take forever to get all your documentation, like several months to get all your documentation, that means you're slow. That means you're leaving money on the table while you're dragging and all that stuff, right? It's like you're leaving money on the table, you're dragging. Like, why? But yet, double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, because if you say that you want this, but yet when you get the opportunity, you're dragging your feet, then your action is going to get you the opposite result, right, of receiving that. And so this is what they're doing. They're getting their business documentation in order, right? Whether or not you have your certifications, you can start proposing. You can start submitting proposals, right? And this is exactly what they're doing and how they're positioning themselves to land contracts in record time, like 3 weeks and 5 weeks and 3 months and 6 months. This is how they're doing it. So a lot of times, what small business owners are doing is they're Googling and looking for information, is like showing up for all this free information everywhere, right? So if free was going to get you the result, you would have that result today. So just that's just the test, right? If free was going to get you the result, you will have that result today. Because guess what? When you're Googling and looking for all this information everywhere, you'll get a whole lot of conflicting information. Everybody's saying something, somebody's saying something else. People will tell you it's not for you and you don't qualify and that government don't buy your stuff. And then I'll show you exactly how you can sell it, and then you'll land a contract, right? So you have to know who to follow. And sometimes you have to just deftone your ears to some of the naysayers that will tell you that it's not possible. And so you have to believe that you can land a contract. If you believe it, you're right. If you don't believe it, you're absolutely right too. Because guess what? You get to attract the results that are going to happen in your particular life. So Jason Turner said, how much is the program? So great question. And it depends on what you're looking for. So if you're interested in knowing how we can work together, the first thing is to schedule submit an application and schedule a call with my team. Because we don't work with everyone and we want to make sure that we can 100% help you, which is why we don't know exactly how much. It depends on what you want, right? So, but I can say, if your goal is to make $1 million in the next 6 to 12 months, and we can show you a strategy on how you can do that exactly to the T, would it be worth at least 10% of that investment of that $1 million? 10% is what? At least 10,000, right? So wait, no, 100,000, $1 million. I think 10% of $1 million is like 100,000, something like that. So it's 100,000, right? Wouldn't it be worth at least 10% of $1 million? Yes or yes, right? It's not even going to be that. In fact, it's not even going to be 50% of that, right? None of our programs are at least 50% of that. So, so just know that it's going to depend on what it is that you want to do, how long it's going to take you to get there, and all that stuff. So, schedule a call with our team. Let me see if I can drop the link trilliondollargovernmentcontracts.com. That is where you would go to schedule a call with our team. All right, cool. All right, so basically that three step system, because there's three ways that you can pretty much grow a business, right? You can grow a business slow by trying to do it yourself, trying to Google information, trying to figure it out the freeway and all those things and stay broke. That's a slow broke business, right? Or a grow business is, when you're starting to get some momentum in your business, but maybe you have a couple customers, a couple private clients, but it's not consistent. But you see yourself making a little bit of progress, but it's not like changing your life, right? That type of thing. So, but a grow business allows you, at least you'll be able to see that you went from point A to point B, right? So with government contracts, we have this business model is a flow business, which means there's going to be so much money. If you're doing the work and landing these contracts and taking action, there could be so much revenues flowing through your business on a regular, consistent basis. So that allows you to be able to have consistent, sustainable income, regular paying clients, monthly invoicing, and so much money in your business that you don't know what to do with it. That is a good problem to have. How many of you would like to have that problem? Yes or yes. If you would like to have that problem, type yes in the chat. And the thing is, when you say yes, you have to put your action behind it. So if we tell you, okay, well, we can show you how to have a flow business. We can show you how to land government contracts. And here's what you need to do. You have to be willing to take action to do it. Sometimes it takes people's to have their back up against the wall in order for them to really see the value in what we offer and to really see the value in changing their lives. Some people say they want to grow a business, but they're really not all that serious because they're not willing. Your back is not against the wall. Sometimes your back have to be against the wall. I was that person where, I started a business 20 years ago, but for the first few of those years, I want to say at least seven of those years, I was a broke business owner. Like I barely made ends meet. I barely was making money, but it took my back having to be against the wall for me to get serious and to start learning about how to position myself to sell to the government so that, guess what? I work less, get paid more, have more time freedom, all those things. How many of you would like to work 75% less and make 200% more revenues than you are right now? And if that's you, then this is what you need to be doing. So here's what we're going to be doing in the upcoming 5-day challenge. Is happening April 25th for 5 days, right? We're going to take those folks, those who are serious. We're going to show you exactly how to qualify your business for government contracts so that you'll know exactly what you need to have, how much the government is spending, how to create multiple streams of income in your business. So some people don't even know that there's hidden jewels, like there's hidden gems in your office right now that you could be selling to the government and you didn't even know, right? So we help you understand the positioning so that you know how to position and market yourself. And this is what we're going to help you with, right? I'm personally going to help you understand this. So, and here's the thing. So I started with the mindset at the beginning, your mindset. So wherever your mindset is, that have you where you are right now, you cannot be the same if you want to go here, right? Because everything that you believe and think you know about business is what got you to where you are in business. And if you're not happy with where you are in business and you want to take your business to the next level, just know there's going to have to be some shifting and changing of the mindset. And there's some things that, of course, during the challenge, we help you understand that shift and what that can look like for you. Because you can't go to becoming a millionaire, billionaire with a $100,000 or $20,000 a year mindset. Okay. I'm just going to help you out in real life with that. I'm a tithe. So yeah, pay your tithes and your offering. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because let me tell you, this is where I was before, honestly. And this is the real life, real deal, Holyfield part of my story. I grew up in the church. Everybody know I love the Lord. He heard my cry, all that stuff, right? Everybody know that. So the thing is, when I was like in my 20s to maybe my 30s or something, I went through this whole, like, I didn't want to pay tithes type of thing. I did. I didn't really understand. And I was an employee at that time. I didn't really understand, why do I have to pay? Why give this money when I have bills and I don't have enough left at the end of the. But it wasn't until I stepped out on faith and I really began to give my first 10% fruits, right? And whether you're tithing in your church, tithing in a nonprofit or philanthropy or journey or whatever it is that you're tithing into your family, however, that 10%, those first fruits, it wasn't until I paid my first fruits for the first time that I saw so much more. I was like, the math does not add up. Some people think, and this is what we're taught in school, 1 + 1 = what? Let me know in the chat. 1 + 1 = what? So when I actually paid my tithes for the first time, I actually had more money left over. All my bills were paid. And it's just like something, I don't even know how money really works, but the way that we're taught that money works is absolutely wrong, right? It's absolutely wrong. So yeah, Edna says 2, 1 + 1 = 2. So this is what we're taught. But realistically, when you begin to shift your mindset and you begin to learn some things about wealth and how money really works, you'll begin to see how 1 + 1 = 11, right? And I'm not just saying that cliche, but in business, you have to be so good at understanding how money works that your 1 + 1 will equal 11, not 2. When you figure that out, that is when the flow business happens. When you understand how money really works in business, right? Then you understand how, instead of having a $50 customer or maybe a $500 customer, how to have a $500,000 customer for the exact same service. So 1 + 1 does not equal 2. In fact, it equals 11. And abundantly, this is where we're supposed to be in our business. So business is really a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. Like you have to be ready to receive in abundance. And that is our earthly divine purpose, right? To receive, right? I come that you shall have and abundantly shake down, what is it called? Shaking down more abundantly, shaking together and running over, whatever that scripture is. I can't think of it right now, but running over, right? How many of you would like to have revenues in your business running over so much money to where you simply don't know what to do with it? And then that's when, guess what? It's time to shift again so that you'll get a coach that can show you how to make your money make money. There's levels to this business thing. There's levels. Right now, if you're on the level of, I'm just trying to figure out how to get in position, that's fine. Just know that we're going to show you exactly how to do that. But there's a whole nother level when you do start making real money in your business. Is a whole nother conversation that you should be having, a whole nother circle of influence should be surrounding yourself to, a whole nother partners that you should be having at the table, including advisors for investments, including tax consultants, including like all these different things. So you got to be ready to shift and grow, and just know that once you've grown, now it's time to grow some more. Grow some more. All right, cool. So that is my 3-step system to landing a contract faster. So if you want to know how to land your contract in the first 90 days, do these things and start bidding. And trust me, if you take action, you can potentially be the next person that starts to land a contract in 3 weeks, in 5 weeks, in 6 weeks, or in the next 90 days. All right. So now here's the thing. Yeah, it's TJ said exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask. That's that right. Press down, shaking together, and running over. All those things, right? So that is where, like, literally government contracts can take you. But it's so many people that, yeah, Luke 6, thank you for all my Bible scholars out there. It's so many people that actually, you can hear this, but not really, like, is it falling on deaf ears? Like, you don't really hear it. So you're saying you want this, and then we're saying that this is how you can get there, and we'll show you the way, but then you back out. So I don't know why we self-sabotage, because maybe you don't believe in yourself. And maybe you don't believe that you can do it or that you're deserving and that you can have those type of results. And guess what? I'm here to tell you that you can, because me, I'm nobody special and I got those results. A lot of my clients, nobody special, special to me, but they're nobody special. They're not superheroes or anything, and they're getting those type of results. We've even helped a homeless person get those type of results in their business, right? So that they can actually change their life circumstance. So the business is bigger than us, right? It's for a purpose. It's for a greater purpose. So anyway, do those 3 things, and you can start landing your contracts faster. And I also want to extend the invitation. So we're opening the doors. The doors are now open for our next 5-day challenge. The 5-day challenge is fire. Like, I'm just going to tell you, Tim, what was his name? Tim King. Yeah. Went through the 5-day challenge, landed his first government contract within 90 days. Okay. So the 5-day challenge not only shows you what to do and how to do. Of course, we don't dive as deep as we do inside my coaching program, but we give you what you need so that you're walking away knowing your worth. So many people, you be like, I sell this and I sell that. And I see the value and I see these contracts and I see the opportunities, and you don't even know what you're worth. But let me tell you that if you don't believe in you, just allow me 5 days to show you how much I can believe in you so that you can borrow my faith and just know that you can take your business to the next level. So if you're looking to, for those of you who are ready to take your business to the next level and you're ready to go ahead and get started with us in a 5-day challenge, go ahead and visit us at 5daychallenge.com. I'm sorry, not 5-day challenge. I'm lying. I don't even know what I'm thinking about right now. govconchallenge.com. Let's see. So go ahead and make sure that you visit us, govconchallenge.com. Take the challenge. Take the challenge. Challenge yourself to think differently. Challenge yourself to do this year. Challenge yourself to get in position to become the person that the government will buy from, right? Because if you're not selling to the government right now, that means you're not even the person that they will buy from, right? But in the challenge, we show you how to become the person that the government 100% buys from. And that will change your life. All right. So cool. Let me see. Let me look at the comments before we go. Join us for a 5-day challenge. Desiree says, amen. Thank you. And Desiree, kicking butt in the program. See someone, the way out. Yes, it is the way out. Yay, 5-day challenge. I missed the last one. Yes. So join us, TJ, in this one. Make sure that you join us. GovCon Challenge. You don't want to miss it. GovConChallenge.com. And don't be selfish. Share with people that you know who are in business. Now, there are people that are exiting, right, the prison system, starting businesses, and can get government contracts. So share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with like-minded individuals who actually have a business, right? Share it with people who have a business. And if you're already, you feel like, oh, I've already learned this, and I've already, I've already registered in SAM, and I've already done so much. Well, have you gotten your first contract? And if not, you need to be in the 5-day challenge, because there's some things obviously that's missing, right? There's a disconnect on how you can actually start getting results. So we don't want to talk about all the stuff you think you know. We're going to talk about things that will actually get you results in your business. So join us at the 5-day challenge at govconchallenge.com, and we'll check you next time. So next week, we're going to have even more, and be sure to invite someone to join us on our live here next week. So we'll see you at govconchallenge.com. Make sure we're going to have some great, amazing things for you. So be sure to join. Okay.